All right, man. Time right now is 9 minutes after the top of the hour, man. And the crazy thing with everything going on, I see a lot of times people be like, COVID ain't a real thing. I don't know nobody that got it. But if you get out enough and you talk to enough people, you realize that, hey, man, this thing is touching a lot of people. L'Oreal, you lost a family member to it. I had a relative who got hit with it, got over it. And our very own Billy Sorrells, you had this in your own home. What up, bro?
Man, my wife contracted COVID, and man, it scared our whole family because now it was in our home, and when you have a person that you love and you care for the most, and it hits them, everything changes with how you look at it because it's not guaranteed for that person to come out of it on top. And all I can tell you is COVID is surging through our country and through our homes and in our families. And you got to keep the people uplifted. You have to stay, definitely hydrated. You definitely have to make sure you start taking some type of vitamins because COVID is real, man. And it is a actual thing. You also have to be prepared to help your body fight this virus, man. Your body has to work as an incinerator and help try and destroy this bacteria and this virus as it's inside of you, and your body can cope with it, man. It's scary. My kids were afraid. My kids couldn't see my wife for almost 2 weeks. I couldn't be there with her. So it's a hard thing, man. The isolation part is the scary part.
Right.
Could totally understand that. And not for nothing, man, we're eating some of the most nutrient deficient food of all time. And you really got to fortify your immune system and make sure you're really eating right and make sure your immune system is up to a certain level to fight off these, type of infections. Now, on the line right now, we have Dr. MJ Collier, the hip hop doc, with some of the latest details. Because if you look at the map, man, there's a lot of red on there. And where you see red, you see a surgeon. What's going on, Doc?
Good morning, Head Greg. Good morning, Hustle Crew. And let me tell you, the United States is in a free fall. We are at a worse point now than we have been at any point in this pandemic. And nothing has changed. We still don't have a treatment. We still don't have a vaccine. The only thing that was working was, quarantining, social isolation. And we stopped doing that. And the virus has shown you that it takes control very quickly.
Yeah. Now, there was a situation recently where, Trump had a rally, and where the rally was had, there's now an incredible amount of surging. And this idiot, went as far as telling people, hey, come on out, don't wear your mask. They even removed the social distancing stuff. And now in that area, there's a crazy surge going on. Now, there's a part of me that was like, good for them. And then, but the humanitarian to me is like, yo, man, you potentially risk the lives of a whole bunch of people. I genuinely care about the well-being of people, but what can you say to the people who are throwing caution to the wind and just thinking because some time has passed, you can just go back to the way it was?
Well, I think that you're seeing what's happening right now. Those same individuals that were saying don't wear masks, and a lot of members of the White House task force are not wearing masks. They're all recommending that now, and everybody except the president. The problem is that the recommendations that are coming from the scientists, the CDC, the World Health Organization, are being ignored because the president has allowed a bully pulpit. And there's a significant number of individuals who are just listening to him and are doing whatever they like, and that puts everybody at risk. That rally that you spoke of was amazing because people came from all over the country. They contracted the corona, then they went back home, and now, super spreader events are happening everywhere.
Dr. Collier, I wanted to ask you, this is Auntie Ange here. I want to ask you about, because a lot of people don't understand how this is overwhelming hospitals. And that's what a big part of this is. I was reading that there are hospitals in Arizona that are at 90% capacity. And I still don't think we're seeing the full fallout, especially in our communities. A lot of us think if it's not affecting me, or if I'm asymptomatic, or if I haven't experienced it for myself, you're not really seeing it. But the reality is, as more people are getting this, getting COVID, it's more of a strain on hospitals. Can we speak to that?
It's a strain on the entire healthcare system, but you have ICUs that are at capacity now, and they're going to have to start converting other parts of the hospital into ICUs, and the entire hospital system. Remember, when people come in with the corona, people can't come in with them, but it also blunts routine healthcare. People with heart attacks and strokes and other issues, car accidents, are having their care restricted by the large number of coronaviruses. So the healthcare system, again, is being overwhelmed, just as was predicted at the very beginning of this pandemic. And now people are seeing it real now. I'm doing testing in my office, and it's overwhelming my routine healthcare because I'm basically doing corona testing all day and trying to see regular patients. So the high blood pressure patients, the diabetics, the people that are just sick or, are getting either pushed through more quickly or, they're having to wait, for an extended period of time because I'm doing coronavirus testing. And I'm seeing, 20-30% of the people that I test are positive. A significant number are asymptomatic.
Wow. Now, Doc, I know we're real quick. We're a little tight on time right now, Doc, because we got to go to break. But a lot of people are asking about school. Like school's getting ready to ramp back up. There's a lot of people who are scheduled to go to school as early as August. Should we be going back to school full speed like we're preparing to do right now with everything happening the way it is?
No, there should be a limited restrictions, and some of the recommendations that have come from the CDC were right on point, but they were muted by the president, who basically is shutting down a lot of those recommendations. So, again, you would have to think very hard about what the process is going to be at your child's school, whether they're going to have alternative days or, and for instance, in my school, they're going to offer you can either do full-time at-home school or you can go for a few days a week. And they're going to alternate days or half days. They're making this up as they go because every week the situation gets worse. 2 weeks from now, school may be totally out as an option.
Now, but Doc, knowing what you know, being who you are, if you had a child that was school age right now, what would you do? Would you be one of those virtual parents, or would you be one of those send them to school?
I had a healthy child and they had processes in place. Yes. If I had a child with any kind of chronic health problem like asthma, and I had that question yesterday from a patient, my child has bad asthma. Should I let them go to school? At this point, I would say no. But again, don't hold me to this because 2 weeks from now things may change, and I may say no way I would send anybody's child to school, or I may say with the processes that they have in place, it's perfectly okay to send your kids.
All right, there it is. Well, we want to hear from y'all, man. I'm on the Hustle constituents, man. Are you planning on sending your kids to school this coming September or even in some cases August, man? Some cities got, a little bit more of a lax movement going on. Some people are on like semi-lockdown right now, man. Hit us up 866-487-8538 or 866-HUSTLE-8. MJ Collier, thank you so much for the info, my brother. If people want to reach you, where do they go?
They can go on all social media to ask Dr. MJ, and we'll get back with you and answer your healthcare questions.